Hey everybody, it is Monday and we are again on a new math topic, lines and shapes. Okay, we're going to be talking about lines, how to draw them, the different kinds of lines in math, and shapes and how they relate to one another. Today we're going to be talking about identifying and describing points, lines, segments, and rays. Those are math vocabulary terms, and we'll talk about what they are this week. Here's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll get into that on those days. Today, we're going to be talking about some different types of lines. A point is an exact location in space. So these are what points look like. We already know this. In math, points are important for many reasons. We're going to be using points to draw lines, and we're going to be using points to draw shapes this week. And here's what they look like. And sometimes you can label them with A, B, or C. A line is something that extends forever in both directions. So a line is a line that looks like this, and it always goes on forever. Okay, it doesn't end. A line segment is just part of a line. It does have two endpoints. So the difference between a line and a line segment, a line never ends. It goes on forever and ever and ever. But a line segment, it does end. There's 2 points, one endpoint and 2 endpoint. And then we have a ray. A ray starts at one point and continues on forever in one direction. So the difference between a line segment and a ray, a line segment has 2 endpoints, okay? One endpoint, 2 endpoints. This line is just this. But a ray, as you can see over here, it starts with a point, and then it goes on forever because it has this arrow, okay, this line. All right, let's see what this video says.
What I want to do in this video is think about the difference between a line segment, a line, and array, And this is kind of the pure geometrical versions of these things. And so a line segment is actually probably what most of us associate with a line in our everyday lives. So a line segment is something just like that, for lack of a better word, a straight line. But why we call it a segment is that it actually has a starting and a stopping point. So most of the lines that we experience in our everyday reality are actually line segments when we think of it from a pure geometrical point of view. I know I drew a little bit of a curve here, but this is supposed to be completely straight. But it's the line segment. The segment is based on the fact that it has a ending point and a starting point, or a starting point and an ending point. A line, if you're thinking about it in the pure geometric sense of a line, is essentially it does not stop. It does not have a starting point and an ending point. It keeps going on forever in both directions. So a line would look like this. A line would look like this. And to show that it keeps on going on forever in that direction right over there, we draw this arrow. And to keep showing that it goes on forever in kind of the down left direction, we draw this arrow right over here. So obviously, I've never encountered something that just keeps on going straight forever. But in math, that's the neat thing about math. We can think about these abstract notions. And so the mathematical, purest geometric sense of a line is this straight thing that goes on forever. Now, a ray is something in between. A ray has a well-defined starting point. So that's its starting point, but then it just keeps on going on forever. So the ray might start over here, but then it just keeps on going. Then it just keeps on going. So that right over there is a ray. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually try to do the Khan Academy module on recognizing the difference between line segments, lines, and rays. I think you'll find it pretty straightforward based on our little classification right over here. So get the module going. There you go. All right. So what is this thing right over here? Well, it has 2 arrows on both ends, so it's implying that it goes on forever. So this is going to be a line. Let's check our answer. Yeah, it's a line. Now, taking some time. I'll correct this question. All right, now what about this thing? Well, once again, arrows on both sides means that this thing is going to go on forever in both directions. So once again, it is a line. Fair enough. Let's do another one. Here we have one arrow, so it goes on forever in this direction, but it has a well-defined starting point. So it starts there and then goes on forever. If you remember, that's what a ray is. One starting point that goes on forever. So it goes, or one way to think about it, it goes on forever in only one direction. So that is a ray. Let's do another question. This right over here, you have a starting point and an ending point, or you could call this the start point and the ending point, but it doesn't go on forever in either direction. So this right over here is a line segment. There you go. So hopefully that gives you enough to work your way through this module. And you might notice when I did this module right here, there is no video, and that's exactly what this video is. It's the video for this module.
All right, so hopefully that gave you a better understanding with a point, a line segment, and an array. Your task for today is you're going to be working on this line splat game. All right, you're going to click into the game and you're going to play it. Okay, what the game's going to ask you to do, if you come to class, I'm going to actually be playing this with you, but if you're on your own, you're going to be asked to identify a parallel line, intersecting lines, a point, a line segment, array, and a line. We learned some of these last week or the week before, I forget, when we were talking about a little bit about geometry and things like that. But we learned about point, line segment, ray, and lines today. You're going to click play, and then you'll be able to click or splat on what they're asking you to do. So you can play this as many times as you want. Your goal is to play it until you get a good score, and then I want you to comment your highest score on the comment section in Google Classroom of this assignment. That is how I know you will be completed. Okay? All right. Hope you have fun with this and enjoy.